Greetings, warriors. It's time to get back in black, start charging, and get out of those trenches. It's Field Marshal Sid, and welcome to the third part of Men's Guide to Domestic Warfare. The legal minefield, where to begin in winning the war. In today's session, we will discuss the legal minefield. Yes, indeed, we are going to head into the courts and into open warfare. First of all, it begins with you, and you need to gain knowledge. Make sure to understand the law in your jurisdiction, the pitfalls, traps, and problems which you can expect, such as injunctions, summonses, and lockouts. Knowledge is power. So read up as much as you can, sober, alert, and if you have gone through the first two podcasts, then you should be mentally focused and have formed your strategy and identified your tactics in self-defense. Now, you need to get a good, reliable lawyer, and in parallel, you need to ensure that costs are kept at a minimum, such as providing a case dossier which outlines basic finances and historical information as to your ex's behavior and the reasons for the divorce in the first place. In addition, the dossier must provide clear guidance as to your goals and objectives. Lawyers cost money, and every time you speak, the meter is running. So if you do the preparatory work in advance, this will help you immensely and prevent you from being cheated from your lawyer. Yes, indeed, in every barrel there are bad apples, leeches, vampires, all sucking at your blood. Prevent it is the best way to avoid it. Divorce is a huge industry designed to rob men, you, of your money, rob you of your dignity and rights. That is why you need to find the right lawyer who will work in your best interests, regardless of gender. Yes, indeed, some of the best lawyers are women, de facto. Either way, you must be careful on who you choose. Now, if you have a lawyer and if your lawyer is not providing the service you require, then you need to change ASAP, and I mean immediately, so that you avoid falling into the trap of paying huge amounts of money. Ask yourself, does your lawyer provide the time to explain the situation and is readily available to answer any questions or make suggestions as to the legal strategy? If not, then get rid of them. And I make it clear, on the next one that you hire, you will not tolerate such behavior, and that you are looking for a lawyer sympathetic and willing to go the extra mile. When choosing a lawyer, take the time to make a list of questions and outline your needs. This is critical, and so do not miss this step, as the meter is ticking and costs will go up. Always make sure that you are prepared in advance when discussing matters with your lawyer, and do keep it brief, as those sneaky buggers will charge you for talking about trivial matters. When choosing, make sure to find out about previous cases and ask them when he/she will next appear in court to represent a client. Go and watch them. Does he/she fight on the behalf of his client? Better still, attend court and choose a lawyer that impresses you the most, and afterwards ask for an interview. Get one who is willing to fight over and beyond. I keep saying it, but when working with an attorney, keep in mind every time you talk, the cost on the meter is running. Some lawyers try to incite you into this trap. Be careful. And if you suspect that this is happening, then immediately put the lawyer on a stop notice and evaluate the lawyer's bill. Does it look right? Does thousands of dollars add up to 1 or 2 letters and a couple of phone calls? Hey, do not let your case end up on the assembly line like a factory. However, when dealing with a lawyer, you need to be concise and straight to the point. As mentioned, develop your case dossier and write down all your observations regarding what is happening, the stuff your wife does, such as the bad behavior, and make sure that you keep collecting intelligence and surveillance as mentioned on podcast 2. Now make sure that your lawyer up front will provide you an itemized bill so that you can scrutinize what you are being billed for and ask the questions, does it add up? If not, get a new lawyer before the bills get stacked up. This is a big mistake that men make over and over again, and lawyers just get rich from the process. Those bastards are the ones you want to avoid, and chances are they are worse than your ex. Now, with the legal case, be prepared to negotiate and make concessions with your wife and her lawyer, but hold on to your bargaining chips and do not allow the case to go into arguing on trivial points. For example, pets or certain belongings, as this will increase the costs. Move on to something else and go back to it at a later date. They do it this way as a design to trap you into spiraling costs. Avoid going into unnecessary discussions endlessly and endlessly. Again, stop and move on to the next issue. Then go back at a later date. This for sure is a detailed subject, and as such I recommend further study. I will come back to this in a future podcast, and will discuss the techniques in sorting out your lawyer to make your case top priority and at the lowest costs. However, in the meantime, please do check out menwinningdivorce.com, as you will have access to legal resources for education and planning. You could save thousands, so check it out. Just remember, the cost of this in regards to your time and efforts is peanuts when talking to your lawyer for 30 minutes. Therefore, do your homework always in advance. Also, seek the support of discussion groups and other men going through your situation. In the next featured podcast, we will discuss where to begin in rebuilding a new life and future, with focus on ascertaining and getting your rights as a father established. We are going to build some new rules from the ground up. Finally, make sure to sign up to the newsletter, as this will provide you with the tools you need in helping you gain the upper hand. You will also get the report Surviving Divorce in getting you started. On that note, take care and look after yourself. Field Marshal Sid, signing out.